Yet another 9th Age battle between Sylvan elves and Highborne elves. The Sylvans drop everything first in a frontline clash to capture the flags of the enemy scoring units. The spearmen in the forest, the Sylvan sentinels behind and blade dancers in the forest see a Highborne elf force lining up against them strategically to take out the forest guardians. And who knows what plans these noble elves would have for the forest. The chariot here is a proxy for a sky sloop, and there's another sky sloop. A lion prince in a chariot, dragon princes on the left flank, and 2 fire phoenixes behind the impassable terrain. The Sylvan elves advance with everything. They feel that this is their domain, even if they have to move the forest with them. As they do, and the bound spell treesinging miscasts, so it is no more. The High Elf player tried to dispel it with all he had, all 7 dice. 5 dice?
5 dice.
And he almost managed, he was 1 away from...
But you used 5 dice as well.
The reavers lose 1 rider, the Sky Sloop proxy loses 2 wounds, and 1 Dragon Prince falls.
The dragon wastes its breath weapon on the Dragon Prince.
And the Highborne elves, on their turn 1, choose to charge the unexpecting wild huntsman with the 4 Dragon Princes, a good move. And they reshuffle their troops backwards. These flame phoenixes pop up to take the place of the reavers, who retreated, and there you have it. Magic 6 dice against 4.
To hit.
These archers get the divination spell off, so they get 1+ to hit on their arrows. The Sky Sloops get through most of their shots and kill 3 wild huntsmen, and the archers, with their reroll to hit, slay all 14 Sylvan archers in 1 volley. The sentinels and the druid fail their panic test and run back through the forest.
Nok allikevel I hvert fall tatt den.
The dragon princes kill all 5 spear-wielding wild huntsmen, so they're gone from battle as well. This battle, the druid cast perception of strength on the eagle for some reason. He has his own plan. He rallied with the sentinels, shouting out to the other archers in the army to kill the flame phoenixes. They mark one of them out and shoot it down to 1 wound and below.
How rude.
The Highborne elves find it rude, and the fast cavalry find it better to just flee the site. But how will this develop now? It's Highborne elves turn 2. And the Highborne musicians are gearing up for attacks. Just go ahead. It'll be.
I hope that this the spearmen would get a flank on your spearman unit, but it was just enough to be a front charge. So now I have to think what I should do. Faen I helvete, så fikk jeg ikke det.
No.
Det er ikke bra.
The spearmen failed their 4 charge on the die, but the flame phoenix gets into the forest guards. Oh, had they had a champion, they would have been auto-in.
Det er en spørsmål alle stiller seg.
No charges here. The Highborne elves charged the flame phoenix, first against the spearman, who fled in terror. He redirected into the eagle, which stood. The spearmen, having failed their charge, are sort of lost in the background, and the archers reform. The fast cavalry, elein reavers, made a conga line to protect the spearman's flank after the failed charge. Correction. The dragon princess charged the eagle, of course, and here's the final reform of the archers. The redirect into the eagle, the conga line, and this is looking menacing for the elves. It'll be a bloody field today. There's still a lot of shooting on both sides, so nothing is decided. The Highborne elf player has a spell called hill singing, so we think this hill has moved a bit underway during the reform. Could somebody please check and make a reference there? The blade dancers are shot down by the archers, who had the divide guidance, or the divination spell.
Stars align.
The stars align spell. And the sentinels flee in fear. A decisive magic shooting and combat phase for High Elves on turn 2 already. The Pheonix killed the eagle. No, it ran it down after doing 0 wounds, but the eagle was afraid of the bigger bird. It overran. No, it caught it in pursuit. The dragon princess charged from here into the... they overran from there into the sentinels after killing the other eagle, who didn't get to strike back even. It was killed. And this is how it looks at the end of Highborne Elf turn 2. The spearmen are fleeing, the Sylvan sentinels are fleeing, and there's a lot going on here. Nothing is decided yet. The wild huntsmen, the 2, charge the flank of the dragon princess, and with their initiative 6, they'll be able to strike.
You can roll and see if they come in.
Same as the dragon princess. They need 6 to get in, and they get in. At the same time, there was action in the middle of the field there. Do you want to explain?
If I remember, the wild huntsman, close to the impassable terrain, charged the fire phoenix, who was here.
And he fled.
He fled about over here, and then the dragon, and then the wild huntsmen redirected their charge into the elein reavers.
Who stand?
Yes. Then the dragon charged the fire phoenix again, and it fled a very long distance, so it bounced over the impassable terrain and took 2 wounds. And then the dragon redirected into the prince on lion chariot over here. So that will be an interesting fight.
The druid mage puts out sacred seeds and grows a forest, but they lose the combat despite killing 3 dragon princes. The dragon loses heavily against the prince and lion chariot, who runs the dragon down. The spearmen rally, as do the Sylvan sentinels, and the pathfinders shoot a wound or 2 off the flame phoenix. The huntsmen run down the reavers. And that's round 3 next for Highborne elves. The dragon chariot charges.
But fails.
Fails his charge. The sky sloops, which are the edge of the battlefield, the rest is just nonsense, dead units, they move in there. The archers reform, spearmen move forwards, the flame phoenix rallies, and that's it. The asfad mage in the archer unit misfires, killing 6 archers, but the unerring strike goes off, killing 3 forest guards. Tit for tat.
Total.
The Sylvan elf player gets greedy. He tries to take...
High elf player?
He gets greedy and tries to shoot down all the forest guards, but they just manage their panic test. They keep firing off with the sky sloops and take 2 more wounds. 1 wild huntsman goes down as well. And now, close combat. The flank is the only difference in the combat resolution. No wounds, and they all stand. The spearmen, forest guards, charge into the archers, doing 5 wounds and 1 to the mage. The archers are no longer steadfast. They lose by 6, but are within the general. So they will manage to stay on a rerollable 4. Let's see. No.
Not even close.
Oh! What is it?
That is...
I'm turning off the camera.
That is, I guess, 1200 points or something. No more than that.
They stay.
1600 points.
The sentinels finally flee from the combat with the dragon prince, because the last wild huntsman died. But he does not catch them. Now it'll be turn 4 Highborne elves, and things are cleaning up on both ends.
Yeah, we have lost almost everything, both of us. This is the high elf graveyard. It's way too big.
We don't need elves on the table. We need more trees. On round 5, the Sylvan elves charge the flame phoenix, do no wounds, and are killed. They shoot down a couple of wounds of the sky sloop, but not enough. A couple of wounds of the archers as well, but not enough. So the Sylvan elves only have archers remaining. And we'll see how this plays out, with 2 rounds remaining for the Highborne elves. This guy comes on board again. The dragon prince comes onto the table in Highborne elves turn 5. The Sylvan sentinels lose 5 members from shooting and magic. The unerring strike and shooting. The flame phoenix kills 11 archers, which it charges, but it takes 2 wounds in return and only has 1 left. So there are 5 archers of different kinds on the Sylvan elf side to defend to the last. 2 archers dive across the forest, across 3 forests to get out of line of sight of the cavalry, and they shoot down the flame phoenix last wound. The pathfinders, however, do not manage to finish off the sky sloop on their last round. What will the Sylvan elves do to finish?
The high elf player.
The Sylvan elf player finished his round to finish. That's how he did that. The 2 Sylvan sentinels are shot down by magic, unerring strike in the last round. But the sky sloop, it has not learned. It charges the Sylvan sentinels.
A 21-inch charge.
And it gets 2 6s.
Kills 3 archers on impact hits. And loses 2 wounds to the remaining 2 archers.
When will the Highborne elves learn? But they seem to have won this battle.
Yeah, I think so.
They have 3 scoring units remaining. And
a lot of points.
Some bits of pieces, which sum up to a lot of points.